Hey, good afternoon. It's officially the afternoon. It's 12:02 as I record this, and I just want to start by saying that this is pretty weird for me to be sitting here talking into my computer, and it might be weird for you to be watching this from wherever you are, watching me talking to my computer. I guess first I just want to say thank you for all of your flexibility as we really try to figure out a system moving forward. I think it'll get a lot less weird if videos become part of our routines, something that we do every week, and it'll be in this format. Then I'm going to try to keep this one to about 5 minutes, but giving tutorials about specific skills that you can still be building from long distance. And then the other kind of video access you'll have to your teachers will be office hours. So Mr. Wise and Mr. Simons will have their office hours today and every Monday at 2 o'clock. And then myself and Mr. Brennan will have our office hours Tuesday at 2 o'clock. So what I have pulled up here is your assignment for the week, right? Assigned today, that's April 6th, due on Friday, that's April 10th. And in particular, I just want to pay attention to slides 6 and 7. So 6, this is where you have all the links to all the readings that you're trying to get done over the course of the next 5 days. And then 7 is really the slide that I want to focus on. This is my exemplar. There's my name. There I am. This is me doing the same kind of writing, the same kind of thinking that you'll be doing, but just with a different text. So I didn't actually pull from this one that's linked here about Walden from PBS. Got posted really recently, thinking through some of the lessons contained in that text of Thoreau that we read earlier this year, how they might apply to social isolation, see how a bunch of people are in there already, getting some of that reading done. I'll actually post a separate video of me reading that article as just a way to help you access it. I know it becomes a lot of, staring at screens, reading off the screen. So if you're the kind of person who likes to maybe just put the headphones in and redirect their attention anywhere but on the screen, I will be reading that article in a separate video. Hopefully that helps. So this is what you're reading, but I read something else. So I read a book of poems called Deaf Republic by a poet named Ilya Kaminsky. And the poem that I read is actually the one that starts the collection. So this is a poem on the very first page of the collection. It's all of 12 lines spread across 8 stanzas. So that's what I'm talking about in my exemplar, which could be confusing if you're reading mine and you're saying, what is he talking about? I'm just talking about this poem. So I even linked to it. If you wanted to check it out, it's there on the Poetry Foundation. If you wanted to hear the poet read it, you could hear that on YouTube as well. But that's the poem that I used. It's the same exact skills that you're going to be trying to be using throughout this week. And I wanted to show you the fact that we here linked to the writing guide. So there it is. Use it. It's there. It's a giant document. All of you at some point got a physical copy of it, right? With the cool colors, the cool fonts. It's like 43 pages. Mr. Spencer spent a lot of time gathering some of the wisdom that different English and history, humanities teachers had about all these categories that we evaluate. So we're looking specifically at the section that's in idea development. And that's the skill that I want to just try to leave you with today, a way to analyze. So you can go all the way straight to page 17, which is where you actually see this box here. Yeah, take some time today or this week to read that. If you're sitting there, look at that. It's like they knew I was coming. I don't know how to do analysis. Read that box, right? That box, and then the following 5 pages break down ways to do analysis. This is the way I've always thought of it. Take it back to this: interpreting and explaining. All right, so there's 5 ways to do it. I just want to, in the next minute, walk you through this first way called abstract parts. So as you maybe feel confused this week, keep bringing yourself back to here. It's on page 19, the very top. All you need to know is that it's finding a part of the text that could have multiple possible meanings. So I break mine down, my response, and kind of color code it for you here. Show you that the beginning, it's just you're trying to make a connection. You could think of it as what you can connect the text to, or you could think of it as how you can connect to the text. So I talked there about poetry. You'll be talking more about the nonfiction reading. The whole middle part of your response, see how that's like over a third of what you're writing, trying to fill this slide up. is all about giving it context. So in my case, giving it context meant naming the poet, naming the poem, starting to then quote from the poem. You're doing the same thing, but for this article, right? You want to find a specific part. Obviously, naming the article and author should be easy. That's at the very top. But then finding a specific part of it where it could have multiple possible meanings. It could mean different things to different people. And then the skill is there in the part that I just highlighted in red. The skill is zooming in, using those abstract parts to, you picked your part. That's the first step. Pick the part of the reading that could have multiple possible meanings. And then the second part, use one of those sentence stems. I used the second one by using the term, and then I quoted from it. I used the word money in the poem, and then Kaminsky emphasizes that. So that's the term. That's the sentence stem that I used to perform my analysis. So those are your two steps. That was 6 minutes. I was trying to get it into 5. 6 is not bad, though. And that is how to do abstract parts, one of the 5 ways you can analyze texts as the work this week. So as you have questions on that, email. All your teachers are available through email, but also those office hours. Again, Mr. Wise, Mr. Simons, available today at 2 o'clock. Myself, Mr. Brennan, available tomorrow at 2 o'clock. I miss you all. Good luck.